evening. Charlie Cradaville. I'm from New Brunswick. I'm the editor of New Brunswick Today. And I'll start by saying thank you to everyone for watching New Brunswick Today. It's great to see so many people here expressing themselves and to hear everyone's intelligent remarks. I also have to say that what happened at the last meeting was chilling abuse of power, and can't help but feel some sense of justice to be here today and to hear you have to apologize for it. But, Council President, if you're really truly sorry for what happened, and you really truly want to make it right, you will repeal the ordinance. And you do need to, no matter what, change your policies and practices for running these meetings. I think it's obvious at this point that things are not going well here this year. And I'll say that, the main reason I'm here at New Brunswick Today, we're committed to transparency, education, and public engagement. And I've become disturbed to see meeting recordings deleted from the Edison TV YouTube channel. Of course, many people have been complaining tonight, and I have complained in the past about the lack of showing the public on Edison TV, which is a new thing that came out of nowhere. I asked about it, and I know that your VA said that they're, quote, trying out some new angles. That's not correct. There's no new angles. There are less angles, and they suck. There's one angle, and it makes it harder for people to understand what's going on at the meeting. It doesn't serve a purpose other than to confuse and obscure what should otherwise be a transparent public process. I raised concerns about how you've handled some of the meetings in the past. I think overwhelmingly it's become clear that it's been normalized to use the police during the meetings. And that's horrible. You should not be, the police should be at the meetings to make statements about their work, right? They should be here to contribute to the discussion, not to throw around their force and use force to toss people from the meetings. But starting with that anti-cannabis mob meeting that happened earlier this year, the police have taken on a new inappropriate role in these meetings, and it is so wrong to see them used that way. And I know that that's the reason that so many people are up in arms on all sides of the political spectrum, because we want our meetings to be run by civilians. We don't need the police throwing their weight around in these meetings. And I do have a lot of concerns and questions for the council. I know that the chief mentioned a statistic at one of these meetings that 76% of crimes are solved. Can he please tell us the source of that statistic, what categories of crimes we're talking about, and what time period? Because the numbers I've looked up, the most recent numbers available didn't seem to add up to that. I'd also like to know how many police officers are on the force. Are you able to answer these questions now? Okay, I'll hang out to get the answers. The reason I bring that one up is I saw a letter from the mayor and the police chief, I believe claiming 195 officers serving, but the response to my Oprah request, I saw only 190 and 5 of them are suspended. So I think that you shouldn't be counting officers that are currently suspended as serving, especially since they're suspended due to criminal investigations and cases. I also just have to ask about the inflatable cops that have been on patrol. I can't believe it's a real thing, but I saw it myself. So I seen, a cop car parked on 27 with a couple of blow-up dolls with an Edison police instructor uniforms on. I want to know who authorized this. Is this a tactic that makes sense? Because to me, it seemed so outlandish and stood out as so fake that even someone just driving past would immediately recognize it as, not real. And I think that all of these concerns sort of come together with the revelation that the mayor brought 4 Edison police officers with him for a trip to Chicago to the Democratic National Convention. He claims that he's reimbursed the township for all the expenses incurred from that, but it's impossible to prove. We don't know what hotels, we haven't seen any hotel receipts. I've requested these through Oprah, And for the record, the mayor says that he's used his campaign money to reimburse the township, and that some of the expenses were campaign expenses for him. But last I checked, he hasn't filed the required campaign finance paperwork since April, so we have no way of verifying whether these things are actually true, whether the township actually was reimbursed the correct amount or not enough. And it's kind of sad that I keep having to come to these meetings to get these answers. But again, I'm here tonight because you're not showing the public, and New Brunswick Today wants to make sure that people can see what's going on at this podium. So I'm here, and we'll be posting our video to the New Brunswick Today YouTube channel. I encourage you to come up with a Let There Be Light ordinance, to actually change the policies and practices of this meeting, to legislate that the camera will show the public, to legislate Zoom access to these meetings, and to legislate that the public's not going to get tossed by the police because one man says they should. That should never happen at these meetings, and I hope that you will legislate to make sure it never does again. Thank you.
In terms of the camera angle, I would request that we do change them back to what we had originally. And I think that is a simple ask of the council, and if this is what the council wants.
Understood.
Yes, we have to change it.
Councilman?
Yes.
Turn it now?
The residents made it clear that that falls underneath our jurisdiction. So can we vote on it just as a body to put it back so that it doesn't get removed?
Yes, yes. A motion.
Please do. A motion on that?
Council President, before we do that motion, I want to do it in full transparency. It is not about just changing the camera or restoring how it was recorded, but also restoring anything that was deleted.
Yes. Yes.
And both of those as one line item in full transparency.
Council President, just point of order.
I'm not sure I have.
Is this something we put on this work session to be voted on Wednesday?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but can you motion by Councilman Top?
I think the gentleman moved very deep. He's looking at second.
What's the motion?
Motion and he second.
No, but what exactly?
Motion.
Okay, motion to add restoring the council meeting recording as they were before, plus restoring any council meetings, whether they were on the YouTube or any social media, to be restored. That's a motion.
Council President, just for the priority of getting something done, can we make it two separate motions so that the first one gets done right away, which is what the public wants, is the angles? And the second motion to reinstate any videos that were edited. I don't want one to not happen without the other, just let get one done, get the first one done, that's most important.
Understood, I'm okay
The
with
one you're talking about is all over YouTube. Yes, so it's not like people can't find it.
Okay,
So
so
that's your call.
we're going off on
Thank you.
tangent here. Okay.
I'm fine with, having two resolution and moving the motion.
Okay. So let's just do the motion for the camera angle. Motion for the
Motion for the camera angle to
May I have a
restore.
second?
Second.
That's a motion by Councilman Pato to restore the camera angle, second by Councilman Vice President.
Yes.
So this will go on for your, resolution on for your meeting on Wednesday?
Yes. Alright, and may I get a roll call to that? Do you have that?
No, I don't think I have. No, we don't have to. So it's just, if there's a motion and a second and there's no objection, we'll just.
Okay, so no objection. Any objection?
No objection from the public.
Point of order, Council President.
Yeah, can you please keep the distractions to the minimum so we can
There
get
are
this
plenty of
one?
people who are not doing that, and he seems to just continue to do it.
You're picking on me?
Sir.
I'm pointing out,
Yes.
Council President, someone's disturbing the meeting continuously, and no one else is but one person.
He's not disturbing me.
That's not just.
It's called the First Amendment.
Yes.
You're wrong.
Continue with the meeting. You're start pissing me off.
That disturbs the meeting here.
Okay.
Coil.
Can we continue the meeting? Thank you. Moving forward.
So you need the second motion because second
Okay,
resolution.
a motion to reinstate a motion to add to the agenda for Wednesday to reinstate any videos prior that may have been edited or
Deleted. All right, may I have a second? Second. All right, that's motion by Councilman Coyle, second by Councilman Pato. Any objection? All right, so this is added to the agenda for Wednesday.